I'm Tig. This is week 27 of me documenting my progress as a musician and guitarist. In this video, I'm going to share with you why I've been picking slower than I have in like 15 years this week, and show you some of the music that I've been working on and building this week. If you've watched any of the most recent videos, you'll know that this year, since January, I've been playing guitar for 1 hour every single day, which is by no means an incredibly impressive thing to be doing, but for my standards of the last few months, it's been playing more consistently than I have been, and more on the path with how much I actually want to improve this year. It's been really good because I've had loads of time to just sit there and not feel like I'm rushing things and just play the same thing over and over again, which I actually find really fun. Now, I kind of referenced at the end of the last video, I was going to try and get one clip of my practice every single day to show on here. I didn't do that because, kind of similar to last week, some of the practice sessions ended up being at like 2 a.m. right before I went to bed, really just to fit it in, just to not break the streak. And it was good, because if I hadn't made that commitment, I just would have no way of stayed up till way past my bedtime to get that in. But I didn't record all of them, but I did record a little bit more than I have been the last few weeks. That's mainly split into two things. Firstly, at the start of the week, I had a call with my good friend and amazing guitarist, Jack Wood of Shredders University. I had a guitar lesson with him, and it was insanely valuable, and I took a lot from it. And he kind of roasted some of my picking techniques and gave me some things to focus on. And one of the things that I was given to go away and practice is a short lick going downwards like this. But the catch was I had to do it way slower than I normally would, even though I am capable of going faster than what you just saw there, really just slowing it down to make sure every single note is perfect. That's not a totally new concept to me. I try to do that when I'm practicing something, but I think without any outside perspective, I just still realistically go quicker than I would if I'm trying to get it perfect. And probably move up the speed too fast to really perfect things and perfect my technique as much as I would like. So what was a real challenge this week was just playing the same thing over and over again at what feel like elephant, snail kind of pace, without speeding up, because it was so tempting to just speed up as I go, but I had to keep reining myself back and really just dumbing it down to very slow pace. So there was a lot of this. And I would just be doing that for like 15 minutes a day, non-stop, sometimes 20. I think last night I was doing it for like 25 minutes. Honestly, quite soothing and quite relaxing, actually. So I'm really excited to see where this takes my picking, just being way more focused and disciplined with going slow to get the technique perfect. And then a different type of picking run, going either upwards in groups of 4 or downwards in groups of 4. This motion of picking is something that is one of my stronger suits in terms of I can go quite fast with it, but it's not perfect, as you heard just then. It's really far from what I'd like it to be, but it's kind of just good enough. So again, forcing myself to slow it down, play really slow, to just get every note right, so more like this. Applying the same principle of really slowing it down, yet very hard to not just get tempted to speed up like you can see me doing here. But really reining myself back in and just slowing it way past the speed of what feels like a good practice speed, like just take a practice speed and then make it way slower again to just get every note perfect. Those are the main updates from the technique side of things, which has been a big focus for me this week, and is really the main things I've spoken about in the last couple of weeks as well. But I didn't want to just fall off the wagon with creating music as well. So I thought, let me just force myself to just put something down, to just get something recorded from like a more musical piece standpoint. And I was listening to a lot of Vasudeva this week, their instrumental band, I think a fairly niche one that I was recommended by someone years ago. I don't know if they're around anymore, but I will leave a link to some of their music in the description of this video. I came up with something and just put it down instantly, which is very, very inspired by their type of playing. And I'm going to show you me putting it together right now. So I started off with just some choppy chords like this. Added in the bass, although it's not bass because I've only got my guitar, so I have to pitch it a whole octave down, which is kind of funny really. It does the job for the time being. And then the most exciting part, this little tapping melodic section here. Really nice to layer this over the top of the quick hi-hats and the chords ringing out in the background. Obviously this is not professional recording, this is just a little quick demo. Added some drums, and I didn't get bogged down in the details of the drums as I was doing when I was releasing music. These are just some default pattern session drums that were available. I liked the pattern and I thought it worked quite well. I've got tens, if not hundreds of things like that recorded. Hundreds in my head, but tens, if not hundreds, recorded on the computer. Just of little sections like that that I may or may not use in future. But it's really fun to do. I'm not going to commit to it now, but I should really try to do that at least once a week to get something down. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually not that hard. The main thing that holds me back from getting it on the computer is actually just the tech side of it. Sometimes the drums are a bit of a pain to get sorted. And I've actually been having some tech issues with my interface recently. But those are all small issues in the scheme of things, and it really didn't take me long to get that up. It's great fun. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you're even slightly curious about the day-to-day, week-to-week of someone who is really on the grind to try and improve as a guitarist and a musician in general, and you want to see how I balance that within the midst of a busy life, I'm traveling Asia at the moment, amongst other things, but I'm determined to not let that stop me or really get in the way of massive improvement and mastery, then hit subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.